to wherever you are from around the world, and welcome to the final race of the Formula 4 Southeast Asia Championship here at the Petronas Sepang International Circuit in Kuala Lumpur. We have already completed 10 races in this revitalized championship, including 2 invitational races in Macau, and it all boils down to the final race of this year as these promising junior drivers look to finish their season on a high. Now I can tell you that this final sprint race format will be different, as we will have 25 minutes of racing with 1 additional lap. That has got to make things exciting for these 16 drivers competing here this afternoon, and I'm sure we are bound for an exciting finale. Now I can tell you that we already have a champion that has been crowned coming into this final race. Jack Beaton is your 2023 champion with 120 points. He achieved this victory courtesy of 2 wins in China and 3 podium finishes here in Malaysia. So in total, we have had 6 different winners since the first race in China. They are Jack Beaton, Thiago Rodriguez, Arvid Lindblad, who won both races in Macau, and last week Hadrian David of Team RA's GP claimed all 3 victories. And this weekend we have had 2 different winners. Rashid Al Dahiri of Prima Racing won yesterday's race before Nicholas Stati clinched the earlier morning race. So will we witness our 7th different winner here this afternoon? All will be unfolded before us in just a couple of minutes as we witness the safety car at the front of the grid as the drivers and their pit crews do the final works before we do battle here in this final race here in Kuala Lumpur. So just to give you the starting grids this afternoon, we will have Keen Nakamura Berta sitting in pole, and alongside him is Rashid Al Dahiri. Dorian Pin and Enzo Ye will make up row 2, followed by Peter Bauzi Nelos and Kai Daryanani. Lincoln Taylor and Fu Yu Hao is in row 4. Row 5 is made up of Liu Kai Shun and Nicholas Stati. Row 6 will be Inigo Anton and Wang Zhong Wei. Jack Beaton sits in row 7 alongside Rui Kumita, and we will have Xiao Kun Peng and Lu Yi in row 8 and 9. So these are your 16 drivers looking to do battle here. And so we witness the final works going on as some tires insertion and final pep talk perhaps from the respective teams to their drivers as they begin to compete in the final race of this F4 Southeast Asia Championship. So the championship, of course, is in its final leg here at the Sepang International Circuit. It, of course, began in the Zhuzhou International Circuit back in October before moving to the Guya Circuit in Macau. And after that, it came to the Sepang International Circuit for the final 6 races of the season. So live pictures here as we stand by for the race to begin as we see the 5-minute board go up. We will, of course, have the 5-minute board followed by a 3-minute board, and then it will be a 1-minute board where the drivers will start their engine before they embark on a formation lap. So, very interesting twist to this final race. As I mentioned earlier, we will have 25 minutes of racing with 1 additional lap thrown in. Now that has got to be really intriguing, and it will be interesting to see how these drivers plot their strategy as they look to rack up the points. Well, I can tell you that Jack Beaton has been confirmed champion, but second place is still very much up for grab. Hadrian David currently occupies that second spot on 75 points, but he is not racing here this weekend. So Dorian Pin is in third place with 57 points, and if she could win this race, she will overtake Hadrian into second place. Fourth place is made up of Kevin Xiao. Thiago Rodriguez is in 5th place. 6th place is Enzo Ye, followed by Keen Nakamura Berta, Jiang Fukang, Thomas Stolchamanis, and Wang Zhongwei complete your top 10 in the Drivers' Championship. The 3 different championships that is being contended, they are the Drivers' Championship, the Rookies' Championship, and also the Teams' Championship. As we see there, the 3-minute board is now up. We are almost ready to do battle. The earlier race was a stop-start race where safety car was deployed for most parts of the race. We are hoping to see a full-on race, an incident-free race, and a competitive race where these drivers will get to unleash their full potential and really rack up the points on the board in this finale race. So you can see some of the pit crews exiting the grid. We will have the 1-minute board coming up very shortly, and this is where the drivers will start their engines. Weather looks good. I must say it was light showers earlier in the morning, but the passing showers has already passed, and despite the dark overcast, I predict we will have a rain-free race. This is essentially a sprint race, and these cars will go at it as soon as we go green right after the formation lap. These cars are of course capable of clocking up to 155 kilometers an hour. And most of these drivers come from an go-kart background. They are of course champions in their own right in the domestic and international scene. As we see the 1-minute board go up, this is where the pit crew members will have to exit the track, and the drivers will start their engines and begin to embark on the formation lap. Just to recap the results that transpired earlier, Nicholas Tati won the earlier race. He completed the 10-lap race with a total time of 28 minutes and 51 seconds. Dorian Pin claimed second spot, just over a second behind, and Jack Beaton completed the podium finish. And so here we go on the formation lap as these drivers will embark on a warm-up lap here at the Sepang International Circuit, which is a unique attraction of its own. The Sepang International Circuit is 5.543 kilometers long. It is made up of 15 corners and 8 straights. I can tell you that turn 1 itself provides the first immediate hurdle. It has a sharp right bend, and from then it will take the drivers through several sweeping corners. After turn 6, it will turn and head back towards the pit. Turn 9 marks the start of some technical driving, as the drivers will navigate through some tricky turns, heading into the final 2 back straights of turn 14 and 15. This of course provides the drivers with plenty of overtaking opportunities, which we will see in just a couple of moments. This is the turn 1 I was talking about, and immediately you can see that it will take a sharp left turn into turn 2. This is where we expect a lot of jostling for positions to happen as they come through to turn 3 and 4. This is of course a single-seater junior championship, and all drivers must be at least 15 years old. They all hold either an FIA International C or national license issued by their respective domestic motorsport association. And all cars are of the same make. They are powered by an Auto Technica Motori prepared Fiat Abarth turbocharged 1400cc 160 horsepower engine. So we see Keen Nakamura Berta there. He will be your pole sitter for this final race. As the cars go in a zigzag formation, looking to soak up as much heat in those tires. There will be a lot of braking and accelerating happening here. Starting grid now, as we see the drivers all file in a single formation, still zigzagging and just plotting their strategy on how to navigate this race the best way possible. All of them of course accustomed to this circuit already. Quite a number of them have been here since last week. Quite a few of these junior drivers also made their debut here last week in Sepang, so it's got to be a massive experience. Regardless of the result, this is essentially a massive experience and an experience to treasure. It is also a learning curve to come here and experience this wonderful circuit and test themselves against some of the very best junior drivers in the world. So we are back here at the start of the grid. All these cars will take their positions and we will stand by to go green. And we're off. The race has begun. Keen Nakamura Berta in the lead now. followed closely by Rashid Al-Dahiri. Dorian Pin in third place. Clean start for all these 16 cars here. Looking to stake their claim for glory in this final race of the season. As you can see there, Nakamura Berta, followed closely by Rashid Al-Dahiri. Car number 46, Peter Bozinelos, currently in 5th place. Nakamura Berta, of course, did not get the opportunity to complete his earlier race, so he's out there looking for redemption, looking to get that victory. In hot pursuit is Rashid Al-Dahiri, no stranger to claiming top spot. He was, of course, champion last week. A lot of jostling still going out there. Dorian Pin is also in the mix, just surpassing. Oh, she's had to brake fairly quickly there. So, Nakamura Berta with a very slender advantage now. Dorian Pin in 2nd place, looking to make the moves on Keen. I can tell you that Rashid Al-Dahiri has now... Oh, what do we have here? That looks like an overturned car who has gone off grid. Early setback here, despite a clean start earlier. To try to get a replay of what happened there. That is car number 99, if I'm not mistaken. And as a result, there might be a full course yellow. I'll get you confirmation of that. As we see Dorian Pin coming through the back straight. And yes, we have a safety car that will be deployed as a result of that overturned car, which just went off the grid earlier. Really unfortunate to have that setback early on. And as you can see, safety car is now deployed as these drivers are now in a full course yellow, which means they will have to adhere to the regulations. No overtaking, going at a reduced speed, and basically filing in a single formation until safety car decides that we are ready to race in full mode again. Hope the stoppage won't be long, but of course safety is paramount in this championship. Safety car will be doing its due diligence to ensuring that there's no debris, there's no oil, there is no obstacles for these drivers before they can resume normal racing. We had a couple of full course yellow in the morning session, and it looks like it's happened again, but this is nothing new. I must tell you that jostling and sometimes cars being stalled is all part of the game. Safety is definitely paramount for all these drivers, so as long as the driver is fine, that is most important. So we see the cars just going back to their zigzag formation. That is car number 99. I can confirm. Fu Yu Hao of Pinnacle Motorsport. A lot of smoke coming out of the back of that car. It might be race done for him, unfortunately. And that would mean we'll be down to 15 drivers. Good thing is, he looks okay. Race marshals are on hand to ensure that he exits the vehicle safely. As we just come back to standby mode there, as you can see, thank goodness he's okay. He's just walking away from the scene. That's what you want to see, a driver that is safe, is in good hands. Race marshals are just there extinguishing some of the smoke that's coming out of the car. As Fu Yu Hao gets into the medical car to head back to the pits perhaps. Safety car continues to just lead these 15 drivers around the circuit. As soon as you see the green flag, you will know we are back to full racing as of this point. That safety car is still there. Once he decides that we are ready to go green, he will drop off and we can begin normal racing. But as of now, not just yet. As you can see that yellow flag being waved, we are still essentially in full course yellow. I can tell you that Dorian Pin had posted the fastest lap time of 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Promising driver from a Prima Racing, Dorian Pin. She of course finished third in race 2 last week. She's also the 2019 French karting champion, coming from the European karting scene. So very, very experienced in the karting scene, Dorian Pin. Looking to stake a claim, possibly get a second spot. It's well within reach, really, depending on when we get back to full racing. Clear skies, as you can see, which is always a good sign. Dry tracks makes for optimal racing. I expect safety car to probably drop off anytime soon. It goes through to turn 5 and 6. These junior drivers, I'm sure they are all just raring to get back in the thick of things. There you have Peter Bauzi Nelos of the AGI Sport. He of course sat in pole in the morning race. Hang on to your coattails, ladies and gentlemen. We might be going green really soon. We just wait for safety car to drop off. We are essentially in our third lap. Of course, with the safety car deployed, it still counts as a lap. Still yellow, as you can see that yellow flag being waved, perhaps for another lap. It can be frustrating for these drivers to really not being able to showcase their full potential. But again, as I reiterate, safety is of the paramount, and these drivers will just have to adhere. It's all part of the strategy. You have to account that safety car, would come into play at some stage of the race due to this unforeseen circumstance. And safety car, I can tell you, has dropped off. We are back to live racing with Rashid Al-Dahiri, currently in first place, tailed closely by Dorian Pin. As you can see, both of them taking a wide line to make that turn into turn 1. Dorian Pin looks to have a peep on the outside. Rashid is holding his line. There you have it, car number 14, Rashid Al-Dahiri. It's a 1-2 currently. Dorian Pin looking to make the move on the straights here. Will she be able to do it? And she has successfully. overtakes her teammate into first place, currently Dorian Pin. And we've had changes in number 2. I can tell you that Rashid has dropped to third place. She's now leading the pack as Rashid goes a little bit wide over there. Car number 88, that's Kai Daryanani of Pinnacle Motorsport in second place. As these drivers come through to turn 5, Dorian Pin took advantage after we went green. Saw the opportunity and made the moves on her teammate, Rashid Al-Dahiri. Like I mentioned earlier, Dorian is of course chasing that second spot. Will she be able to do it? And we have a mini battle going on here between 3 cars. Of course, all these drivers jostling for different missions. They're jostling for different positions. So much at stake in this final race of the season. You see car number 3, that's Inigo Anton. 15 cars we have here. Dorian Pin currently leading the pack. Kai Daryanani in second place. As we see Jack Beaton making that turn. Jack Beaton currently in 9th place. He's of course assured of the championship already. I can tell you that Dorian has posted the fastest lap of 2 minutes 11 seconds. She's going faster with every lap. Really, this girl looking to make waves in Southeast Asia. As they all come through to turn 1 and turn 2. We are now in lap 5 of this race. Pin still leading the way. There's Jack Beaton, and right behind him is the morning champion Nicholas Tati. Pole positions definitely have influenced the dynamics of this race, but you can expect these positions to be ever changing, ever revolving. As we see these drivers come through another sweeping turn here. As I mentioned earlier, plenty of overtaking opportunities. We'll get to see some of this overtaking happening very soon. Car number 30 right there, Rui Kumita of the BMAX Racing Team. Currently in 9th position. Kumita tailed very closely by Enzo Ye. Enzo's another promising driver who has already got himself a podium finish, looking to put the moves on Kumita. Will he be able to do so in that striking pink car? As these drivers complete yet another lap, heading into turn 15 for the completion of another lap. I tell you that Enzo has overtaken Kumita. There you have it. So they've just completed 6 laps. Halfway stage, halfway to go, plus 1 additional lap. Makes for a very interesting viewing as we see our race leader Dorian Pin. I can tell you she's gone faster, Dorian Pin. She's now lapped 2 minutes and 9 seconds. Putting quite a breathing space between herself and the chasing pack. Looks like she's out there on her own in front. Kai Daryanani and Peter Bauzi-Nelos completing your top 3 as of this point. Of course, things could change very rapidly. Jack Beaton coming through in car number 45. That's Lincoln Taylor trailing Bauzinelos closely. Will he be able to make up enough ground to try and get past the AGI Sport driver? As they come through to the final two back straights. Bauzinelos currently in third place. So here we go, turn 14 into 15 with Bauzinelos in third place. Trailing hard on his heels is Lincoln Taylor in that car 78 of Black Arts Racing. This is a battle for third place. This is a battle for a podium finish. Third and fourth. Will Taylor be able to make the moves as they come into turn 4 and 5? Laps completed. We have about 5 laps plus 1 additional lap to go. Sweetie, as we see Taylor just maybe a little slip there, could lose some precious seconds. Bauzinelos still acing that third spot, looking to make it his own. Bauzinelos competing in his 6th race of the championship, and he is looking for his highest ever finish. Looking for his first podium finish here in Kuala Lumpur. He looks to have put some breathing space between himself and Taylor. It's not just the battle at the top that is intriguing. It is, of course, the battle for podium finish as well. As we see Dorian Pin coming through to turn 14, heading into turn 15 to complete yet another lap. As long as Lincoln Taylor stays inside, he has a chance. He has a chance to try and grab that third spot. Really will be a testament to the driving capabilities. There's two strategies involved here. One is defending and the other one is attacking. It really depends on which position you're in. Both is equally challenging, I can tell you that. For Bauzinelos, it's all about keeping that distance, ensuring that Taylor doesn't catch up to him. And in Taylor's head, it's all about trying to attack at the right moments, pick the right time to make the move. Car number 3 that we see there is Inigo Anton of Black Arts Racing, currently in 8th place. We see Dorian Pin, still Kai Daryanani in 2nd place spot, 3.3 seconds behind Pin. It's quite a gap to make up. 3.3 might seem small, might seem minuscule, but in the context of this sprint race, it is a lot. Will we see a change to our top 3? Will Lincoln Taylor try and upset the odds and get himself into contention? Right now it's quite spread out between your top 4. So we see Lincoln Taylor continuing to apply pressure. Bauzinello's doing well to keep that racing line intact. Will Taylor have a chance here? Not just yet. It's a classic example of attack versus defense. Hanging on to the coattails. He might try here in turn 1. Again, Bauzinello's doing really well to ensure that racing line stays intact. Car number 22 here is Wang Zhongwei, followed closely by Kevin Xiao. Kevin Xiao, of course, a podium finisher back in China. He finished first in the second race in China. As of this point, he is just looking to get into the top 10, Kevin. Come back to this battle between Bauzinello's and Lincoln Taylor. I can tell you that Bauzinello's just holds about a 400th of a second from Taylor. As we see Kai Daryanani now trailing almost 4 seconds behind Dorian Pin, which is your current race leader. She is not the fastest lapper of this point. I can tell you that Rashid Al-Dahiri has just posted the fastest lap of 2 minutes and 8 seconds. But Rashid's got a lot of ground to make up for. He's currently in 13th spot. Dorian won't mind one single bit about that stat. She is currently in the driving seat. As we come through to another lap, and Dorian Pin has been crowned your champion in this final race of the season, completing 10 laps. Followed by Kai Daryanani of Pinnacle Motorsport. Peter Bauzinello's hangs on to 3rd spot. Lincoln Taylor finishing in 4th. Jack Beaton claiming 5th spot. Nicholas Tati in 6th. Liu Kai-shun in 7th. Inigo Anton in 8th. Enzo Ye in 9th spot. And Rui Kumita completes your top 10. Wang Zhongwei in 11th spot. And Kevin Xiao has also finished in 12th. But there you have it, your champion Dorian Pin. A magnificent race from Pin, who started in the 2nd row, but she was very quick to make the moves on Rashid Al-Dahiri and also Keen Nakamura Berta. And once she got hold of that lead, she never let up. She only put more distance between her and the chasing pack. And as a result, she finished this race over 5 points clear of the chasing pack. That has got to be a massive achievement, and one to remember for this promising 19-year-old French woman from Team Prima Racing. This is a lap of honor for Dorian Pin as she comes through this additional lap and comes into the pit. She will be ready to celebrate with her team. They are all waiting to toast in celebration as we see the AGI cars come behind. It's been a magnificent race. We had one full course yellow, but right after the safety car dropped off, it was green, and these drivers just went at it. We saw a great battle unfolding in the 3rd and 4th place, especially. Dorian Pin was in a class of her own. As soon as she got hold of top spot, she just took it home to finish as champion, and as a result she might just even get that second spot. What a season it would be for Pin to claim that second spot. Even to be in the top 3 is still a massive achievement and a great experience for all these drivers who have been in Sepang since last week. As we give you a wide view of this Sepang circuit that has been host to so many wonderful races across the years. As we look at the highlights that happened just earlier, all these drivers got off to a great start, and soon we would see Dorian Pin really beginning to make moves to take hold of top spot. When she would get it, there was no letting up from her. It was a fairly clean start from these drivers. And we see some car troubles from Rashid Al-Dahiri, and this is where Dorian Pin looked to make her move. It would be happening really soon, as we see. That was an unfortunate incident right there for Fu Yuhao, who saw his car overturned. Thankfully he was okay, he came through unscathed, and then a safety car was of course deployed, as we see Fu Yuhao walking away from the scene. And we went green after safety car dropped off, and this is where Dorian Pin really stamped her dominance. She had to fend off some early challenges right after we went green, but once she got hold of it, as you can see here, looking to make the moves on Rashid Al-Dahiri, and there she is claiming top spot. Kai Daryanani also coming through, taking hold of second spot. We see some overtaking opportunities here through these sweeping corners. Inigo Anton, as you see there, car number 3, and this was a battle that transpired for a brief moment between Rui Kumita and also Enzo Ye, but there was no stopping Dorian Pin at the front. She came through 10 laps, posting the fastest lap time of 2 minutes and 9 seconds to claim her first win of the season. So it's been a wonderful end to this 2023 Formula 4 Southeast Asia Championship. It is done, and we will look forward to a new season that will take place in 2024. So from me, signing off, have a great afternoon and hope to see you again.